I'm sorry. I really should have done my homework beforehand. I should have told you that I couldn't do it, but I fucked up.
Well, it happens, man. This is not your fault. We've all been there.
Primarily Critical.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Primarily Critical of Movies and an After Party. This would be it.
If you have not seen this film, we suggest that you do so before listening any further.
Because we've got spoilers, trivia, and opinions like crazy, and we cannot wait to share them.
Good, bad, new, old, weird, or gross.
We will pass judgment on them all.
Today, I cook best when I'm really stinky. My name is Steve. I'm here with
Phil
and
John.
Today we're talking pig.
Yes.
Yes. You picked it, Steve.
I did, and I don't regret it. It was a slow, long burn, but I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Did anyone else enjoy it?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Because let me think about it. It was a bizarre, David Lynchian style kind of movie at times. Did you get that vibe? And
I wouldn't say David Lynchian, but it was weird. There was weirdness to it, that's for sure.
Okay. I did like it. I watched it with my wife, and I was like amazed that she took the journey and went to the end. Even with the sad ending that the pig died. We all wanted the pig to live.
Yeah.
Spoiler. The pig dies.
The pig dies. Yeah.
Yeah. I you remember Blue Ruin? Kind of has that kind of feel.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, I don't know who directed this thing. Oh, Oliver. No. Michael Sarnowski.
Michael Sarnowski. Okay.
Sarnowski.
I'm not familiar with his work. You guys?
I'm not.
I think Nick Cage and him did another movie together called Mandy, but sorry guys, if you're Nick Cage fans, if I screwed up, I think they have history. So
they have history. Okay. So this is a weird movie about a truffle pig and his owner, and then the pig gets kidnapped. The owner goes looking for the pig. You think that he's looking for his cash cow, being his pig, right? But he's not. He's not looking for.
He doesn't even need it to find truffles. He knows how to find truffles without the pig.
Yeah, and he just loves. He loves his dog, his pet.
It's a companion. Yeah, that was a little twist that I didn't expect. But Nick Cage really immerses himself into this character, right? And he's like disgustingly just doesn't give a shit about his life anymore. He just lives in the forest with this pig and selling truffles at I don't know how much money he's making out there.
Probably not much.
And now I hear truffles go for a lot of money, and everyone always says truffles go for a lot of money. Now, my question is what is a lot of money when it comes to truffles? I mean, I think, $10 for that's a lot of money for a little piece of food, right?
I hope it's more than that.
I don't know what a lot of, maybe is it $1,000? Is it $100? I don't know. I'm not a truffle purchaser. I don't know this.
Well, someone could comment that would help, but
please, audience.
But there's a few things to unpack here. Like his love for the pig. He when the pig gets abducted, kidnapped, it's go time. He's like the Terminator. He's going after that pig.
Yeah, very much involved in this pig.
He's gonna take some beatings, and he's gonna do whatever. He steals a bike. It's like it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I have a complaint about this movie. And it's the whole. I like the movie overall, but this Edgar character. All right, I didn't see a need to write him in, and I thought the whole Edgar angle was confusing. Who was he? What's the history there? And what was the point of him? Like I didn't see any relevance of him. And this week it goes like he knows this guy from I guess it's been 15 years since he's been off the grid. And Edgar is still, he knew that Edgar would still be running this under the park fighting ring. And this fighting ring looked pitiful. It looked pitiful. This didn't look like something that would last 15 years. It looked like some unorganized, bunch of stupid men in some basement with low budget betting. And to think that that's some enterprise that would last 15 years is ridiculous.
It's Phil, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt Phil, but
no, Steve, go ahead, because I have a thought, but I think you might be going where I'm going with my thought here.
Okay, so this is high society kitchens and chefs, right? And this guy is connected, he knows them all, and head chefs are quite abusive to their staff, and what people do is they get a big name chef, and then the staff can put money down to beat the shit out of them.
Okay, now why would any of the chefs volunteer for this?
Money.
So they're the head chef, they're not making enough money, they make more money by letting their staff beat the shit out of them.
Well, it's also therapeutic.
Yeah.
Okay, this doesn't help me. That seems very, very weak. But
John, can I step in? I thought that was a whole bizarre, weird part of the movie that I don't understand. It felt like Fight Club all of a sudden. Like, why was it necessary to this movie? It felt like we need a really weird David Lynchian spot right here. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was very strange.
It was. And Steve, my wife pointed out, that's exactly what she said. To your point, Steve, it was like a thing for people to take out their frustrations on the high society chefs.
Yeah, oh, totally. Yeah, and so he doesn't go there to get his shit kicked out of him. He goes there to ask the guy, hey, dude who knows lots of chef people, have you heard about a pig? And then the guy's like, fuck off, your name doesn't mean anything. And so he's like, well, my name means a lot, watch. And he puts his name down on that board, and people put money down to beat the shit out of him.
Right.
So Steve,
so maybe that is it. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
I would think not. There's a couple reasons why, but
I wonder what Gordon Ramsay would fetch.
Oh, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
But
top dollar.
But like I said, guys, he's like a Terminator. He's hell bent on finding the pig, and when there's how about his let's think about his companion, Amir, right? He's the guy that's the son of we find out ultimately
son of an asshole.
Ultimately find out the guy that arranged this kidnapping of the pig.
That it was a very weird movie, but it wasn't weird enough for David Lynch. I'm sorry, Phil.
No,
no, you need like a moving chicken corpse.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know. I did not expect this to be a cooking movie, a movie about a chef who loves food. But I guess the world of truffles, the world of caviar, the world of fine wines is just weird enough,
Okay, every movie needs to have the main character, obviously is Nicolas Cage, And throughout the movie, he drops his name, and everybody is like, "Oh, bow down to the sky."
Yeah.
The thing is, did you buy the story of his motivation? He loses his, I assume, his wife or girlfriend, right? Somehow
We assume, and that's another thing I felt was a little weak. Like, why not tell us a
motivation.
little bit about what happened?
Because
Something happened to this man that drove him to live out in the woods for 15 years.
come
And
on,
as
hermit.
viewers, I paid money to watch this movie. I wanted to know what happened.
Because we are led to understand he's at the top of his game in Portland, the city of Portland, top chef. Everybody loves him. He just, something happens. He becomes a hermit living in the woods, picking mushrooms.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Truffles, very different.
Truffles. Well, I don't know. Sorry. Ooh.
Well, you know, careful. They'll throw you into a boxing ring.
Ooh. Through. Weird. Did you buy the motivation? I bought Nicolas Cage and his commitment in this role. It was crazy.
He did a wonderful job. He played this
shower.
role perfectly. Yeah.
He
yeah,
didn't
looked
even
like-
He
clean.
did well. He did well.
Yeah.
He was ridiculously committed to this role.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think I don't want to step on the trivia too much here, but we'll say it again, even if that's the case. John, I heard they cut like a full hour from this movie.
Oh,
On
really?
On the cutting room floor, the producers and the distributors said this movie is too long, so they had to get rid of a whole bunch of it.
Interesting. Because it didn't feel like, at times it felt a little draggy. I liked the movie a lot, but it did feel like it was really slow. You know, we weren't getting a lot of answers, a lot of, it was just kind of what happened to the pig, and it just took a long time to get there.
yeah. I agree. I think with the Nick Cage movie, you might expect some action now and then, big action. It didn't really go there. It was a slow burn, like you might have said earlier, Steve. I like that. I don't need to have bang, bang, bang cuts and big action for no reason. So I like that about this movie.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, right from the case. So at the end of the movie, we find out that his companion is the one that opened his mouth about the pig to his dad way back in the day.
Yeah.
And he just forgot about it. Did you expect that to happen? Did you expect him to be the snitch? I know that I did. I knew right from the beginning that the guy was.
Laurie did, and Laurie said as much, and I was like, yeah, maybe, but of course she's right as always. But yeah.
What a miserable dad that the dad was, right? What a miserable man. Like,
well, they both own restaurants, or they both sell food to restaurants, or I don't know. Do they go out and try and kill endangered animals and try and sell them in the restaurants? So that's the kind of.
It's a weird world of just snobby food.
I think they're what you would call his dad is a guy with a lot of money that is an investor and invests in the restaurants. See, that's his business. He puts money in. He helps start up. He has a lot of influence over the restaurant scene because that's what he likes to throw his money into.
Yeah. Yes, and he played it. Adam Arkin is the actor that plays Darius, the father, and I thought he was pretty cold but
He
like,
did a really good job.
What a heartless guy! Like, he just killed pig and whatever, and his wife is like being kept alive in a room at the house, and
that's another thing. He says the story. He tells Nick Cage this, or Rob, whatever, tells us, the kid tells Rob that his mother committed suicide.
Oh.
Then we find out she didn't. We don't know if she attempted suicide. We don't know what happened to her mother.
Support. She's on a life support situation.
As someone who paid to watch this movie, I wanted to know what happened to the mother.
I know, right, John? That is so disappointing.
You're right.
Yeah.
That was weird. That's part of the near David Lynchian effort. As Steve said, it's not a David Lynchian movie. They tried. There's some weird stuff going on.
There's some weird stuff going on, yeah.
Weird
But
stuff.
it's just, I mean, I felt like there was just some loose ends here. They didn't tie up. And I
No,
would have
they-
liked it. Like you say, they cut a lot off of this movie, and maybe some of those things were answered there.
Yeah.
But then, if that was the case, I think they cut out some critical stuff. I mean, if you're going to bring the mom into this story of being, you could have just left her as she committed suicide, but you're going to bring this whole scene with the son going to visit there, the mother, then you need to do more. You owe more. If you're going to bring that scene in, you owe more to the viewer.
I just had a thought. Was that the father trying to say he never loses? The father's like, I won't let my wife die, and I won't let my son have a pig that has the best truffles.
I don't.
You know what I mean? His dad was like such an asshole.
Yeah.
And the
He's
poor
such an
kid,
asshole.
the poor kid had to drive around in some cheesy ass Camaro through the whole movie.
Oh, you feel sorry for him because of that car?
You know what? Speaking of cars,
Cheesy ass
there
Camaro.
was a moment where Rob is going to go rescue his pig, and he jumps in his car, and you think there's no way this thing is supposed to run, but you know it's going to because it's a movie, but then it breaks down. And
Yeah, he gets what,
paid
20
off.
feet?
The sounds
That was a good scene.
the sounds that they made for that was awesome.
It was, yeah.
You-
It was quite so.
I love how like Nick Cage's character is just like, I gotta go find my pig. I don't care what I have to do. I'm gonna go find this pig.
Yeah, and he really skips all pleasantries with people. He doesn't really care to have any conversations other than like, "Where's my pig?"
Yeah, and he's disgusting.
I'm looking for my pig.
He didn't even take like any time to even wash his face and just kind of like do some basic
I know, like he's going to the finest restaurant in the city, this Fenny's or whatever, and he's doesn't even wipe his face. He just goes there like this slob
It's just
and
like
covered in blood, and yeah.
At one point, one of the chef, he goes to that fancy restaurant. That guy who was once a student of his, or he says to him, "Do you need medical assistance?"
Yeah,
Finally, someone acknowledges that this guy is like bleeding from the head.
We learned something about Robin, is that he has an amazing memory. Like, he remembers details, and that reminds me that when he met that chef in Fenny's there, he knew everything about him, remembered him as a student, remembered him as, he only worked with him, I think he said 2 months or something like that, or you know, but he remembered the details of those 2 months and so much about the guy from those 2 months. Plus, we later find out that he remembers the exact meal that the father had with the mother, right down to the wine and everything, you know. So he's got like a photographic memory, this guy.
Yeah,
I think so.
He did, and it served him well because he brought that guy to tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really cool. I thought that was a cool scene, with the idea that the sense of taste can be so powerful
For memory.
from memory that it can cause you to change your mind about something, like our senses, right? Like in this movie, it's like, I wish there was more of the him cooking, like more of, you know, his talent, but I don't know why, but I kind of dug that. Like he was like, but I guess, you know.
Now, would you eat it? I mean, the guy probably's got a stink to high heaven. He probably hasn't had a shower in 15 years.
Yeah,
and he's covered in blood, you know, and this is the guy who's preparing your food. You know, he's probably got
isn't that
a
part
bacon
of
stick from his ass crack all the way up to the back of his neck, right? And I mean,
isn't that part of Chef 101? Wash your fucking hands.
Yeah,
he did wash his hands before he made the food.
He did wash his hands. They actually showed that, yes. But
okay, well then it's all good. It's all good.
But no hairnet, no, you know.
He looked like he never showered for years or whatever. Like you said, 15 years out in the bush.
Yeah.
Picking mushrooms. Sorry, truffles. I don't know what the hell. That he didn't need a pig for.
He afterwards, after the whole movie, he earned a new appreciation for life to a certain degree. Anyway, he washed his face. You watch him wash his face, and he listens to his song that his wife made for him, sang
And
for him, and
yeah, and the song was Bruce Springsteen. I believe I'm on fire.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
the
a
boss.
rendition of it though. It wasn't the boss
yeah.
doing it.
It's her singing of it, right? I thought that
Right.
was beautiful. I thought
Yeah, it was beautiful.
nice. And
Yeah.
it's kind of nice after all the shitty things that happened to this guy. He's able to carry on and have a life. And yeah,
Yeah, he's just gonna get a
Well, I
new
mean,
pig.
you got a similarity here between the asshole dad and Rob, because the asshole dad, his life kind of just he turned into an asshole. Maybe he always was an asshole, but clearly when his wife checked out, whatever she did, because we don't know. But
they didn't give us much on that.
but the son says, I remember them laughing, having fun and stuff after this dinner, coming home. So there was a time when he was happy. And he wasn't obviously always an asshole. Maybe it was most of the time, but at least he had some times where he wasn't an asshole. But that ended clearly when and it seems like Nick Cage has a similar parallel thing going on in his life. Is that something happened to his woman, which once again we don't get to find out what happened to his woman, right? So we're left in the dark about that. But we assume that something horrible happened to his wife, girlfriend, whatever, and his life was stuck. So they're both kind of, and then the dad has this sort of epiphany moment by, like you said, the smells, the food, reliving that. He broke down, he became human again for a moment, and then we also see that after what happened to Nicolas Cage or Rob at the end there, when earlier he just wouldn't even listen to the tape. He tried, but then he was able to. So it's like there was some parallel growth going on through this whole movie between these two men. Is there something more? Is there something to that, or is that just digging too deep into this movie?
No, I think there's a lot going on. Guys, overall, this movie is a very grim and bleak movie of family relation and like tragedy and right tragedy with the all over the place.
Yeah, there's nothing really happy about this movie at all.
No, not really. The pig died. No. I mean, I don't know who gets out at the end feeling good about themselves other than I don't know.
No, it's a slow burn to misery.
Yeah.
But you like the movie. Why is that?
Why?
It was a good story. Okay, you remember I said it was like Blue Ruin. It was bothering me that I couldn't remember the director's name from Blue Ruin. Jeremy Saulnier.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
Yes, John, I think it's a slow burn to misery, but it's beautifully done and very different. I crave movies that are different and unique and interesting, and it was well acted, and it was just different,
Well, and we had a really good character. We had an interesting character, and good characters make good movies, right? And Nick Cage's Rob, he was a very fascinating guy. He's very captivating, and so yeah.
But do it.
Well, you're pointing?
I'm pointing at you, John.
Oh, I see. Okay, on my screen, you're pointing away from me. So I thought you were trying to give me a cue, I don't know what you were trying to say.
No.
Oh, okay, screen, all
right. Mine's the one that matters because.
Right. That's what the recording will look like.
That's what the recording will look like. Anyway, right. Should we get onto this trivia?
Probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. In an after film Q&A, director Michael Sornosky revealed the pig only had 3 days of training and bit Nicolas Cage multiple times. After a particularly nasty bite, Cage joked, "I've been set on fire, I've been flipped in cars, but it'll be sepsis from a pig bite that kills me." Yeah, I could see that, Nick.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with those pigs.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
God bless Nick Cage, man. The guy's done like 3,000 movies. I don't know how many movies. And one of every 10 movies are good.
Oh,
I don't know.
ouch, shots fired.
But the thing is, he's done it all. So when he says that getting bit by a pig is like, something, you gotta believe him.
This next piece of trivia is pretty funny. Okay, so the budget was very small, so they couldn't hire a trained pig. Okay, really? You can afford Nicolas Cage, but you can't afford what kind of money do trained pigs get? Because if that's the case, I might start training pigs today.
Yeah. How about you just cut? All you had to do was cut like one actor out of the movie and replace it with a pig, trainer included.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it might have been a situation wherein the director was trying to find financing for the movie, right? And they would only give him 10 grand or something like that. And they said, well, we'll pay for Nicolas Cage if he joins, right? So they paid for Nicolas Cage to join the movie, but they're not going to pay anything over and above.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably how.
I don't know.
It's not like they're going to throw a wild boar into the sea, right? It's not like they went and wrestled a wild boar. I mean, this thing must have had some level of domestication.
Yeah, the pig was barely in the movie. For a movie called Pig,
true.
You barely got some pig.
But the pig was at the center of the story.
Sure, but you never visually got the tangible pig. They couldn't afford CGI pig.
Yeah.
This is a good segue into the next piece of trivia.
Okay. Okay. Nearly 1 hour was cut from the movie as distributors thought it was too long.
Yeah, so they probably had a lot more scenes with the pig. They probably showed a lot more scenes of why that Fight Club exists. They probably explained a lot of things in a full hour of extra movie. But I mean, this movie was 92 minutes. Would you have sat through a 2.5 hour movie?
No. I think
I think it was long enough. I mean, unless there was some critical plot stuff that, like, if it answered some of those things I would have liked to answer, then I'd say, yeah, I could have tolerated with more time. But if it wasn't going to answer those critical questions, then no, I don't think they needed it anymore.
No, I think this movie was paced well enough. I don't know that it needed any more. I could have dealt with some more pig. Like, wouldn't have been nasty.
I wanted more pig.
I wanted more pig. All they did at the end to describe the pig's death, they alluded to those crackhead losers that abducted the pig, didn't know how to handle the pig, died. That's all we had.
Yeah,
is it that easy to accidentally kill a pig?
I don't know, but
I know that it's that easy to accidentally kill a bird
or a rabbit, because they have heart attacks, but they just get scared and they'll die.
Yeah,
I don't think pigs are like that.
Yeah, they look like total losers. That couple, but what? Okay, that sparks my memory. But when Nick Cage goes to that free market thing and he talks to some lady about, oh, have you seen a pig that it's a truffle pig. All of a sudden she goes, let's get it.
That's right. It's just like she's been waiting for that for her entire life, the mission to go after a truffle pig thief.
Who is there actually this kind of network of people that are trufflers?
Well, I think she just imagined somebody stealing her pigs. She's very, very into it. She enjoys her work, right?
Anyways, who's got last trivia here?
Oh yeah, I guess it's usually me. According to the director, he only had 20 days to make the movie, so all actors had to get everything right the first time.
Holy!
As there was no budget for reshoots or delays.
That impresses me even more.
That's working under the grinder. or what do they call
That
it?
is.
Under the Gun.
Before I forget, some of the scenes that were shot, they were beautiful. There's some nature shots. Just look.
There was. It was a very beautifully shot movie all around. I thought. I thought they did a very good job. Of that.
It really captured the bleak grittiness of the depressing misery of the whole movie.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't notice that much.
It wasn't a cheery movie, right? It was just like, holy, this goddamn pig dies in the end, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
there
but
really
we
is no
all
uplifting.
learned something.
Kill the pig.
But everybody learned something, Phil. The old man learned something, that he loved his wife, and the kid learned that his parents are not all that bad.
But if Disney produced this movie, if Disney, that pig would have lived.
I don't know. They shot Bambi's
Disney
mom.
produced this movie. The pig would have been talking.
Anyway,
Okay.
I think we're running a little low on time.
Oh, that's good. That's a good way to end it.
So that was Pig. Next week, Monday at noon, we're covering talk radio.
Yeah, man.
I think John, this was your pick.
Well, yeah. This was picked specifically because we were doing The Guilty, and it reminded me of this movie. It was, and I had thought that we had done this movie, and so I was surprised to find out we hadn't done this movie. And so I wanted to do it. It's one it's way back. It's old, but I have good memories of it, and so I thought it was worth revisiting. And there you go. So
I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait. So that was Pig. We're primarily critical. You're awesome for joining us. Monday at noon, usually, or thereabouts. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.